All right, let's talk about Kyler Murray of the Arizona Cardinals, a guy who, it was a couple years ago when the Cardinals started off 8-0. It was just accepted he was going to win the MVP. He was the front runner. It just felt like it was going to happen. He got banged up. The season kind of went off the rails. It didn't happen, and he's, kind of struggled to stay healthy since then. But now we're hopefully going to get another full season of him. And I think there was kind of some questions of does he still have it? It's been a minute now since we've seen him play at that elite level. I thought he played well when he came in last year, but in a full season, what can he do? Well, I thought he played really well despite the loss here to Buffalo, and let's talk about what I thought he did well. Starting off with the play you see on your screen, a very simple play, just hitting the slant route over the middle on a 3rd down and 6. Okay, simple enough. Kyler is going to take the snap. He looks over there, and again, it's open, but here's why this play is important, and here's why Kyler has to be good on this play, is keep in mind it's a 3rd down and 6. And while you could go for it on 4th and 1, you don't want to, right? You want to avoid that situation, just get the first down. But for this to be a first down, there is a safety who's crashing in just off screen. Kyler is going to have to make a pinpoint accurate throw for this to work. But he does. It's perfectly where the receiver can keep running with the ball, gets the first down right there. Had Kyler missed the throw, it might have still been a completion, but I don't think they're getting the first down. That's exactly where Kyler needed to put the ball. And I thought he was just doing a lot of that. Really accurate, solid throws. Hitting the layups, and not even layups, hitting the contested twos, I guess, here for Kyler. Also, something like this is a really underrated aspect of his game, I think, where the concept on your screen, you see kind of how it's going to work. He's going to initially start looking towards his left. Watch, takes a snap, looks in that direction. Doesn't love what he sees, though. So this is something that, again, I think Kyler's really underrated at this. Watch what he's going to do. He moves over to his other read, which is, I still think, good. We kind of forget Kyler is still a pretty young quarterback. So, he's 27. I mean, he's not, a rookie, but, he's still on the younger side, but still does a good job at going through his progressions quickly. He doesn't get too locked onto a read. And even now, he doesn't love what he sees towards his right. But now trying to get to your 3rd read, are you going to have time to get all the way over there? Well, as you see, Kyler is able to flip it over to his halfback, and they pick up a first down right there. That's just seeing the field well, which is something he does a great job of. He, kind of reminds me of a little bit like Kirk Cousins. I feel like Kirk Cousins is really good at this as well, of just getting to your next read incredibly quickly. Not really something people talk about with Kyler, because obviously there's the rushing, which is more fun to talk about. But yeah, this is part of why he works well. And then, of course, there's this aspect where it's a 3rd down and goal right here in the red zone. You see the concept on your screen. Hopefully, this is one where you can get rid of the football pretty quickly. However, when the ball is snapped, Kyler could make this throw, but I kind of see why he doesn't want to. There is a Buffalo player right there. It's going to be tough. I wouldn't hate the decision if he decided to, but he doesn't want to. Here's part of the value of Kyler Murray is watch just him in the pocket. Watch him when he decides not to throw it, step back, and then step forward again. It's just giving him more time to throw with that. Because he's so difficult to track down, you get extra time. And this is 5 seconds into the play. This actually a little bit more than 5 seconds into the play. This is more than twice as long as you get on average. So because of Kyler's, mobility and just his pocket presence, he then is able to hit an open player because, again, 5 seconds into a play, someone's probably going to get open at that point. An offensive line can't just block for 5 seconds. A quarterback has to help him out to make that happen, and that's what Kyler did. And, of course, going over here, it kind of pairs well together, right? A guy who sees the field well with the fact that, he can extend plays and make them last longer. That's a pretty good combination. That's what makes Patrick Mahomes so incredible. You're going to see Kyler on this play. You see the concept. One of the routes towards the left could end up getting open. Kyler is going to take the snap. He, looks towards his right, doesn't love what he sees there. 85 right here is kind of open, especially as he continues to run towards the top of the screen, but is he going to, is Kyler going to be able to get over there? Well, watch Kyler step back so he can, again, help out his offensive line, make the blocking a little easier, and then does get over there. This combination of great pocket presence, great mobility, and great field vision is part of what makes him such an effective player. Now, gotta talk negatives. This was the big negative. There was a missed throw or two in there, but that can be literally said for every quarterback this week. I think they all had at least one missed throw. I'm not sure if Carr did, but I think that was maybe the one exception. I'm pretty sure everyone else did. But this was the one play I would say was a bad play by Kyler Murray, where the way this play is designed to work is it's zone coverage. You see the curl route right here towards the offense's right. Kyler Murray is going to take the snap. He, looks in that direction and doesn't love what he sees right now. He's getting ready to throw it, but it's not really one he wants to make. So he's going to actually pull the ball back, which all that is fine. The issue is there's pressure coming at this point, and one of my pet peeves with quarterbacks is if you're going to pump, you have to get both hands back on the football quickly. You see how he doesn't do that, and because of that, it results in a fumble. The fact that he kind of got blindsided, it is what it is, but you got to protect that football. And I think it's a real skill where you look at guys like, I think Tom Brady is probably the best at this. Peyton Manning was another good one of like, they pretty much only have one hand on the football, one they're throwing it. Other than that, two hands are on the football at all times. I think Brady was probably scarred from the Tuck Rule game, never wanted to have only one hand on the ball again after that. Not a massive blunder, but it ended up being a big play in the game. So, again, kind of a bad break too, but nonetheless, you would have liked to have two hands on the ball there. But now let's go over to this, because you know what? Okay, listen, I can sit here and talk about pocket presence and seeing the field. Who cares? Let's talk about his rushing ability a little bit. That's what makes him so fun. It's a 3rd down and 7. The Bills just can't be running this coverage. I don't know what they're thinking here. It's man coverage, cover 2 man. That's just, there's certain coverages you don't get to play when you're playing against Kyler Murray. This is one of them, and you're going to see why. When Kyler Murray takes the snap, he's going to look down the field, and especially, this is, again, not great. It's not smart defense. It's not inherently bad. Like, if this was Kirk Cousins out there, this would be fine. But the edge rusher kind of giving up contain right here. You have to know if it's man coverage, Kyler's going to at least consider running. Because when he gets outside the pocket, there's only 4 players. I guess technically there's 6 players who are watching him when the ball is snapped. There are the 2 safeties who are deep and essentially out of the play, and then the 4 defensive linemen. Just not really smart right there. And for Kyler Murray, he's so good in open space. For Buffalo, you see there's several players who are now realizing what's happening, trying to get over to tackle him. But he doesn't just slide after the 1st down. He picks up a good amount more yards on this play. That's just, again, that's what Kyler Murray can bring to the table. He's one of the better rushing quarterbacks in the league, and there's a lot of other good stuff, too, that I wanted to bring up, because I think sometimes when you're so good at one or two things, that's all people talk about. But, of course, you can't be a good quarterback in this league unless you're good at other stuff. Unfortunately, I think his team kind of let him down in this one, but I thought he played pretty well. So yeah, my kind of, final thoughts, my take is going to be very similar to what I think my take is going to be for most of Cardinals games, which is I think Kyler played well, but unfortunately they lost. I just don't know if they have some of the firepower. I could have made a video talking about Marvin Harrison Jr. Maybe at some point I will. I didn't see him like consistently open or anything. I think Buffalo did a good job at taking him away. So again, Kyler's going to do the right thing for the team, not the right thing for fantasy football owners. So I think he played the situation pretty smart. I think I wouldn't read into that too much unless it becomes a thing week in and week out. But yeah, those are kind of my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from y'all. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.